Scott, Chicago. You're on the Wilkow Majority. Hello.
Hello. How you doing today?
Fine. How are you?
Good. I just wanted to ask you, I'm a unionized worker in Chicago. I work for the city of Chicago. And I don't know if you've known, but we've been giving back, probably for the last 10 years, we've been giving back a lot of, we've taken pay cuts, we take furlough days, and we have less health care benefits. Our health care benefits actually expire in 2013 for all the retirees. We have a pension problem due to the fact that the politicians have touched our pensions, which the state statute says you're not supposed to do. So I just wanted to ask you, what do you feel as unionized workers feel? There's good and bad in all types of aspects of working for different companies, whether you're union or non-union. Can you tell me the difference between a right to work and a unionized worker? What would be the difference? What is your belief on that?
What you're asking me about right to work laws?
No,
I don't. Okay, the basic answer to that is coercion. Why should an individual citizen in his private life be forced to join an organization simply as a component of his or her employment?
Okay, but what I'm saying in regards to, if you work for Walmart, just say,
okay,
a lot of people don't know that they tried to form a union due to the fact of the way the Walmart is being a big giant, the way they were treating their employees. Okay, they don't want people to form unions because they don't want people to have the rights that a union could bring to the table as a bargaining unit.
But when you look at something, when you call something a right is inalienable. Where does the right of a union to exist originate from?
Okay, well, I will say that in 1936, FDR...
Your phone is breaking up. I know the history of the Wagner Act, and I know the history of Taft-Hartley. And the idea, because John Lewis shouted it to union members in a 1937 sit-in at a General Motors plant, that a right to a man's job supersedes or transcends private property, that is simply not true.
Okay.
A right to a man's job does not transcend private property, because then that would mean that if somebody is in the trade of, let's say, landscaping, and you were seen mowing your own lawn, he could say, that's my job you're doing.
Okay, but my question is, if you have an opportunity, and you're, just say, the mayor of that small town, and you have a buddy of yours that has a good company, and how is it that if that company gets the rights versus the people that live locally that get the job and have rights of that company to come in and negotiate with whatever contracts that city gets, versus if you have public employees that work for that city, they have rights too based on what the union says what they're supposed to be getting. Do you kind of understand that?
No, I'm not following you at all. What I don't understand is every state in the union should be a right-to-work state. A union should not have any power to coerce anybody who wishes not to join. This is not a question between management. This is not a question between labor and management, sir. This is a question of individual rights in a free society. Nobody should be coerced to join a union if they wish not to.
Okay. Well, what if you have that option to just join as a free citizen of the United States of America, and there happens to be a union there to represent your rights as an employee?
If you want to join a union, you should have the right to join a union. What you shouldn't be afforded is the right or power or privilege to coerce somebody else into your union. And if the people...
That has never happened to me, nor has it happened to a lot of people that I...
All right. Well, let's see you tell your union you no longer wish to be a member and see what happens.
Well, then they're just going to, you're done. You
right.
Don't have any
exactly.
Rights.
No. You do have the right. You have the basic right of a free man in society. You have the basic right of the freedom of an American citizen.
I agree.
And you then keep and retain the right to make your own decisions with your employment contract and not have to pay somebody else to do it for you if you wish not to.
Well, as long as big business, and I'm not trying to say that that's tied to the Republican Party because it's on both ends, as long as big business doesn't treat the employees unfairly, there would be no reason for you.
You're still missing the basic premise of freedom. To join or not to join. For all the talk, Scott, for all the talk of ill treatment by management against workers, the unions have more coercion on their side than anybody else.
But why is it that people look at the unions as the fact of the problem and not the people in power? Why is that?
Because you don't have to take that job.
Oh. Then who's going to take it? The next person in line?
That's none of your business. If I'm running a business, who my workers are no concern of yours. If I offer a job, if I put a help wanted sign on the window, you can either take it or leave it. That's how it works in life. Thank you very much for the call. The bottom line is nobody has the power to coerce you. The unions aren't government. They haven't been duly elected by the people in a chartered township or county or state or federal government for that matter. They are entities that should have no power whatsoever over anybody. If you wish to strike, then strike. You wish to offer a collective bargaining agreement, then go right ahead. But the idea that you have the right to dictate the terms of somebody's employment without their consent is ridiculous. Now, look, again, union membership, if it's so wonderful, it should be voluntary. If you're right about how good it is, then people will join. If you're wrong, leave them alone. That's what's that is something you can't get these people to understand, the basic freedom of society, the maximum absence of coercion. You want to set up a union table outside of a workplace, you go right ahead. And if people come to you and they want to join, let them join. The people who don't want to join don't have to join. The idea that your ability to contract services or to gain employment has to be predicated on joining an organization who will then take money from your paycheck without your consent is mind-numbing.